Canada.
After 800 meters, bear right, Q.
QEW.
After 200 meters, bear right, Q.
Wow.
Bear right.
Oh, I'm climbing the bridge in Hamilton. You know the bridge, the Sky Bridge? Aren't you there?
After 3 kilometers, keep left. After 3 kilometers, keep left.
And in my window you see the machine on my trailer, and you see probably the inspection station. And this is 400 north, just north of Toronto, and I have to go that way north towards Sudbury and to the cat dealer, and I only have what? Well, still quite far, 351 kilometers. And yeah, it was a pretty challenging trip, you know, lots of shifting, but I'm still very surprised at my truck, you know. Now I'm in love. Because I told myself, and actually I told my friend, I said that this trip with this super heavy load will show if I do need to change my axle ratio, you know, from the current 391 to 410. And no, I don't have to do that. Of course, the truck drives slow, you know, and you gotta do shifting, but I'm at 135,000 pounds, you know. It still pulls, you know, it still does what it's supposed to do. So I'm really impressed. Like, the truck really woke up after about not 50,000 K as the guy was saying, the Mack mechanic was saying, but probably around 60,000 kilometers, or roughly, I would say 40,000 miles. Now I'm at 45, and I can feel that, you know, low grunt, So now when I was talking about my next truck, I wouldn't trade the engine, you know. Nothing's wrong with the engine. It just basically, I just wish that the manufacturer would include a little note, you know, because not all drivers have experience with new trucks, you know. This is my first new truck, and my previous truck, as you saw, was a 2004 International, and I got that one when it was what, 3 years old? No, when did I buy it? Yeah, 2004. I bought it 2007, and it already had 300 what was it, 160,000 miles? Yeah, like 300 something kilometers, but it was already broke in. There was all the power, like, you know. I didn't know that transport trucks nowadays, you still need to wait. You still need to wait to get that full power, you know, and it's a good thing that I did all these oil changes. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. So the second thing is that I really enjoyed watching people, you know, when I go by and people stop doing what they're doing and they look at this machine on my deck. Like I saw one guy, I was driving in this US, what is it, on New York 3363 near Batavia, New York, because they sent me on the detour so that I don't go on the I-90 toll. And I'm driving at this little road, right? And there's a guy, I think he was mowing his lawn, like in a big, you know, kind of like a four-wheel thing. And he's driving, all of a sudden he turns his head and he looks at me, and I have all my lights, you know, my low beams, you know, flashing lights, flags all over the place, and this huge yellow machine. And his jaw just dropped, and he's like looking at me, you know, like an older guy, you know. And have people come over and ask, like, what the heck is this, you know? Like, I felt like I was a traveling, you know, lecturer, you know, kind of fun. And another thing is about the tablet. I wanted to mention that I'm a bit disappointed with how you lose options when you buy a tablet from one provider, and even after unlocking, you know, you don't get the full capabilities compared to, let's say, if I stayed with AT&T, who branded this tablet, right? But the tablet is great. Like the screen is amazing, except that I've been noticing that the memory runs full pretty fast, like the RAM memory. But I got a little app there, memory cleaner, and it keeps telling me, like, every day I see, oh, the memory is almost full, click here to clean it. What? So I never had that on my smartphone, you know. And so what I don't have compared to the smartphone is the hotspot. Like Rogers says that their tablets all come with this thing, of course, built in because it's Android, but AT&T disabled that because I'm not a subscriber to their plan. So even the tablet is unlocked, I cannot use the hotspot so that I can, you know, attach my laptop and like I used to do with a smartphone. And that's why when I get a smartphone from Rogers, I will get this Samsung Note 4. And I keep looking in the mirror because the guy just, imagine, I went through Baltimore, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York. I crossed the border today, and no problem, right? Nobody wanted to deal with me. They said, go, you're a good guy. Now here, ON 400 North, our freeway, 4:30, and I see the lights flashing. 1 kilometer inspection station, and I see from, like, you know, from far away that the lights are flashing, and I slowed down because there were a bunch of trucks coming in. No, they're still flashing. Okay, I'm pulling in, and the guy says the sign says forward, but the scale is off. Like, you know, there's a numbers at the bottom, right? The plate, I go over the metal plate with the sensors and everything, right? Everything is off, so he's not even weighing you. And I'm driving, all of a sudden that dreaded sign, park, with an arrow pointing this way. So, like, that's the main See the main road over there, right? So I was going on this lane. I went past and the sign said park, so I parked here, and we have pretty much all services here in the form of a portable toilet. And the guy just checked my he looked at the truck, at the trail. I just didn't do the inspection, just look at the tires, check the rating, check the inspection on my trailer. Which reminds me, like it's valid for 1 year, right? But that's a manufacturer's inspection. It's still valid. But I got the trailer in November. Yeah, so I mean, what November? I just got it. I think they did it at the plant, right? Just a couple of months ago. Okay, so it's still good. Yeah, everything good. And he checked. Jeez, it's hot today. Okay, get ready for the beep. But I gotta open the window, otherwise I'm dying here. Thank you, Mac. Now we know that you're alive. Okay, now you can go to sleep. That's it. Good boy. Yeah, and one thing I keep talking to my friend who wants to switch from tankers to something like this, or at least a step deck. Oh, that's a Mack, very similar to my Mack. Look, black Mack over there. So he wants to switch to something like this, and we keep talking about, all these low boys, right? And of course the question of the capacity comes up, because I have a 55-ton trailer, but right now this is pretty much my maximum load, and it's only quote-unquote 88,000 pounds in weight, right? So that's 40 metric tons or 44 imperial tons. So all you need is pretty much, some people would say you need a 45-ton trailer. But then of course you wouldn't have any safety cushion, right? But I think a 50-ton with 7 axles would work fine, but from a known manufacturer, when you can be sure that the quality is up there, because I was not familiar with this manufacturer before. That's why I went one step over, because yeah, normally with 7 axles that's all you can do, right? You can do 80, 85, 88, so you don't need a 55-ton. But so I wanted the safety cushion. And the second thing, I know that when people buy these lowboy trailers, everybody is looking for 55 tons. So they're much easier to sell. There's a better resale value, so they hold their value better. Because I don't think nobody wants a 50-ton trailer. So anyway, so now I'm sitting here waiting for the guy come out and give me the verdict. Like, am I going to jail? Am I scot-free, or do I get a ticket? I don't know why, because I'm all legal. I got the permit, right? I mean legal in the sense that we got the annual permit, everything is good. So I wasn't speeding, I was driving normally, just the scale was open. Like I said, after Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York and the border crossing, this is the first time they stopped me. And that's the thing with, that's why I think oversized loads should always pay better. Not just to cover the permit cost, but because there's a much higher chance of you getting a ticket, because you have to go into every scale when they're open, and all these flags and lights, they attract attention, so the chance of getting a ticket is much higher. Oh, okay, I see a guy is walking towards me. I don't see a gun in his hand, so I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna be arrested, but... And the guy just gave me this clean bill of health. Commercial vehicle inspection report, no defects identified. This is on your way. Gave me everything back. So I'm not sleeping in jail tonight. So heading north to Sudbury.